good morning, everybody. Thanks for being here today. Appreciate it. We have some important reminders to go over today. Each one of my staff members will get some topics that need to be gone over. Beginning of the school year, you know that we had some challenges with the new bell times. We've adjusted very well with that at this point. I think that's going to continue on even next year. I don't think they're going to change anything back, so I just kind of wanted to touch base on that. I think the bell time changes are here to stay for a while. So we worked through getting the routes and stuff together between us and the county and worked out the best ones that we could do as a company. So thank you guys for that challenging time and getting the new routes and working with us, getting that straightened out for the beginning of the school year. So far, so good. Also, I wanted to give you a heads up. This still has to go through the county council and through the county executive's office, but they've proposed a similar rate increase hourly for driver and aides for next year. Once those numbers are passed through the county executive's office and the county council, I will let you guys know how that's going to affect you guys, but it's significant, just like it was this past year. So if you guys were here last year and got that, anybody new, we'll go over with you and let you know what the rate changes will be for the following school year. Just also want to thank you guys for doing a great job this year transporting the most precious cargo we got. I know it's challenging at times, but you guys have done a great job. I appreciate you guys very much. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and turn everything over to Mike and go from there.
All right, so if you haven't noticed, I'm back. Thank you. So basically, right off the bat, I want to thank everybody for what everybody's doing on a daily basis. I've been out of the office for about it was a little over a year and a half, and it's easy to forget how things go and what everybody's doing here. So I appreciate what everybody's doing. A lot of people are going above and beyond, doing extra stuff with the time changes. It's limited our ability to manipulate certain things. So there's a lot of people that are stepping up and doing a lot of things that I've seen, and it's really appreciated. There's some areas that I've seen so far that we can improve. There's some old habits that we've gotten into that I'm noticing. So a lot of these things are some kind of like some old habits that I think we can improve on. You know, and this is for us and the students and the people that we transport. So with that, I know that we're asking a lot of people to do things that seems like you need to rush to get to certain places on time. Don't worry about being on time if we already know that you're going to be late. We are informing the schools. We're trying to utilize the transportation exemption form that's online, so the parents are informed when a different bus is going to be there, or if it's going to be running late. So we don't want to sacrifice safety to make up time, because they're on the road, you going 5, 10, 15 miles over the speed limit, it's only going to save 30 seconds a minute in the end. So it's not worth risking your license, your certification, and safety of you and the students and everything to try to rush around. We know that you're going to be behind if it's that case. With that, on 38 of the buses that are running out there, we have data on the driving. So we haven't been really we pull it up to track where you might be, but we haven't been really looking at how you're driving, because it actually calculates kind of a safety grade for everybody that's driving those buses. And it'll track your speed, harsh stops, harsh turns. So we're going to be looking, what's that?
Idle time.
Yeah, idle time. That's another thing that the mechanic's going to go over. So we're going to start paying attention to that, because we get calls of complaints and stuff sometimes where people are saying that and they brought it up in the safety meeting about someone going 70 miles an hour down Route 32. It goes back to don't sacrifice safety in your license to try to get somewhere on time. If you're running more than 10 minutes late, and it's not something that we told you to do, you gotta let us know. Because we put that on the exemption forms on the schools, the parents, the transportation, they'll all be aware that you're running late, so we're not getting calls. And you'll notice that maybe in the past, if you were 20, 30 minutes late because of a breakdown or something like that, you'd go by all the stops and everybody be gone because parents are taking them to school. When we put those on the list, they're all there. They happen to be sitting there. So coming back into the yard, this is something I've kind of seen increase lately, is a lot of people are speeding through the yard in their personal vehicles, in their buses, cutting through the lot, like through the bus parking spots and stuff like that. It's just that's not worth it. Again, my whole kind of theme of this whole talk is about safety, and it's not safe to be running through the yard over 5 miles an hour. If you don't know what 5 miles an hour is, it's slow. And when I come in the yard, usually whether it's a bus following me or a car, they're up on my butt. So don't do it, please, because we've gotten lucky over the years that someone hasn't gotten hurt or hit or something like that from popping out from the side of their bus or whatever. We just do not want to risk that. It's too high of a risk.
Especially early in the mornings when the light can't see who's walking around the yard and stuff like that. People walking in between the buses, they might be popping out to do a pre-trip. You come around the corner and there you go.
So yeah, just gotta be careful. So and also I haven't seen it, but I've gotten a lot of complaints. So I would imagine usually when there's smoke, there's fire. So people are trying to park, and people are cutting around or in front of them or something like that when they're trying to park the bus. Just wait, let them park, and then move on. Trash on the buses, please take it to the dumpster. Don't bring it into the office, because it's overflowing the trash can in here, especially if multiple people do it. When you're running late, I brought that up about if you're 15 minutes more late, just please, actually 10 minutes or more, please let us know so that we can put that on the exemption form and let the schools know. Follow your route sheet. If something's changed, please let us know. I know we got to do a better job on our end about getting the routes up to date once you give them to us. We actually set up a computer out in the office for training for Skip, but it's going to be duly used to actually put all the routes on there. And if people want to help us and help themselves, we're going to try to work out something where you can update your routes in there. And because no one knows it better than you do, and even if you write stuff down, we might miss something, and we don't want to miss any good details that you're going to provide. Stay consistent. I've gotten already a lot of parents calling and complaining about buses running late or early on routes that are established that we've had no issues with in the past, to my knowledge, and would have no reason to be running late. So just be consistent. Parking on the pad. So this is a problem that I've encountered quite a few times. Unless you're authorized by someone in here or the shop, don't park your bus on the pad and don't park your car on the pad. It's creating, again, another unsafe conditions where someone's parking on the pad and then one of the managers is trying to park and not realizing that someone's walking behind them or in front of them or whatever. It's just, and then the bus is actually blocking the parking spots and everything too. So I think this was a big topic in the past, is that the way that the procedure should be, and this is all for safety so that people don't get hit, is when you come to the yard, park your car in the parking spot, walk into the office, walk out to the bus. Because there's a lot of driving up to the bus with your car, and then driving over here, and then coming in, then driving your car to a parking spot, and then same thing, driving the bus up and stopping it up front here. There's just too much. There's too many buses, too many employees to take a chance that someone get hurt. So that's something that we're between that and the speeding in the yard, we're going to be tracking it. Basically, if a manager or one of the mechanics catches you speeding through the yard or parking or pulling up to the pad and driving your car all around the yard for no reason, we're going to do a warning. We'll give you a verbal, hey, this is your verbal warning. We have a spreadsheet, and we're going to go back to the spreadsheet if someone sees it again, and we're going to do half-day suspensions. And I know we can't afford to have people suspended off of work, but we will do it at our convenience. So please, please, I've just noticed it more since I've been back. It's very unsafe out there, and I'm scared that someone's gonna get hurt. And I'm a firefighter. When I'm at the fire department, I don't wanna have to do my job here. So, please. Calling out, this is another big one. A lot of people are tight with Skip, which is great. He's a great guy. We appreciate everything he does for us. They'll text him, call him to say they're not coming in. That's well and good, but the first step needs to be to call the main line and do option 9. That's Marty's desk. Even if he's not here, which is rare, we check that all morning to check the messages, answer the phone, whatever. That message machine is the call out message machine. So it's very important that you do that first. If you want to do a courtesy text to anybody, that's fine, but the phone call is made first. So please make sure to do that, because we're missing it, or if someone's not here, Skip's had surgery, he's not here today. Marty was out for a little bit. Bruce has been out here and there. So just, if you're texting them and they're not here or not expecting you to text about being off, then something can get missed. And the last thing we want to do is send a bus out late, right off the bat, first thing in the morning. Responding to managers, so I've seen this a little bit, and it's not something I'm used to seeing, is when the somebody comes in and something's changed for them for that day, and they're not real happy about it. I understand being caught off guard,